Hi, Internet viewers. This is Frank Rauscher again. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We've gotten all the painting basically done on the bird. We are now going to gloss the beak. And what we do is we put a gloss medium on the beak, but we don't want it really high. So I'm going to show you how to apply the gloss medium, and then from there I'll show you, we'll clean the eyes out a little bit, and then I'm going to also show you how to start preparing the feet so we could get that ready for mounting, and we'll do that in stages as well. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to bring the camera down and we'll show you exactly. This should go fairly fast. Okay, so bear with me. Okay, we're back again. I'm using today Liquitex, but you can use a lot of different mediums. Liquitex has a matte medium, I should say, and a gloss medium. We're going to use this gloss medium today. And what I do is I just open up the bottle, and what I'm going to do is rinse my brush out in water, take the excess out, not too much, but I'm going to dip this into the brush, dip this brush into the, and you can see I have very little on there. I only wanted to get it just a little touch of the medium on there, because I don't want too much, and I want the water on the brush to sort of make this not as strong of a gloss. So what I'm doing is I'm going around and I'm just making sure I get the medium on there. Now I'm going to take and rinse my brush out again and take most of the moisture off. Then I'm going to come back, because I could see there's a lot of the gloss medium that came from the brush. So I'm just going to, I'm actually diluting the gloss medium so it's not so shiny. And I just want to get that coated. So I'm going to let that air dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to take you on the road to start getting the feet ready. And I want to show you a couple of choices on the feet. Now, I'm going to bring these into focus here. You have feet, cast feet, that come with just toes, or it has the legs and the toes combined. I go different ways. Sometimes when you're trying to hold a certain position and you're trying to mount something that needs to be foreshortened, this leg, and birds can pull things, it looks like it's in and it's just coming outside of the breast area, just with the toes. You don't need that length in there, and it's hidden inside the belly. So sometimes it's more advantageous to get the ones with the toes, and then I'll show you the wire. I'm going to use what they call a florist wire, which is this here. This, I believe, is an 18 gauge. And what I do is, if I mimic, this came from real birds anyway, the castings. These are all castings. And it's the right combination of lead and zinc. And these are very flexible. You can bend these to your heart's content. You don't have to worry about them breaking. I do sell those, and I have them both ways. And I also sell the wire. And It's florist wire. It's about 18 inches long, something like that. And what I'm going to do is this portion here is the angle that this has right here for the leg going into the body. And then this is coming down and it goes on to the base. So I'm trying to mimic that, and it's almost an inch long, okay? And you have something like this. So you have about a ½ inch up here. You got to have an inch there, and then it goes into the body, into the base, excuse me. So I'm going to come with my wire cutters, and I'll cut that off. Now, what you do with a lot of these ones with toes, you want to arch them, because when they're coming out of the mold, they get flattened, and you want to put a little arch to the toes. And then the nail itself needs to be bent around too. This goes also the same way for the ones with the legs, okay? So I'm arching these, and I'm also just arching the nails just a little bit so we have some shape to it. Then what you would do is you would get this wire and run it down through here like this, and you would put 5-minute epoxy just around the base there. You can do a little bit on the underneath side too, but very little. And then stick it into some styrofoam like I have here and just let it dry, okay? And that's one way of making your own leg and feet combinations, so that if you had to foreshorten this for a setting, you could do that, and you can cheat on the length by making this wire shorter in this direction right here. And if you have just a regular base where you don't have to worry about doing any of that, and the bird is standing free, you could come in and just use the castings with the legs built in. And these are also flexible. And again, you would want to bend these and get the toes with a little bit of an arch. Same way in the back. You can see how straightened out that you just bend it. You can bend it with your fingers. That's how easy it is. And then generally this comes down a little bit more, so you have something like that. Now, the other thing you got to pay attention to is this back toe should be leaning inwards. So if you have this on the bird, the back toe should be on the inside of the body, not on the outside. So keep that in mind. And that's the way they're designed. There's a right and there's a left to it. So I want to make you aware of that. So bear with me on that. And I'm going to show you what to do on this to prepare it, as well as that. I'm not going to glue it up right now, but I'm going to work with these at the moment. So I'm going to show you Joe Sanyo, I can't even get it out, all-purpose sealer. That's this here. Now, you can get them in smaller bottles. You can also use the Liquitex matte medium, and that would work out the same way. So I'm going to do this similar with the gloss as I did. You don't want to use the gloss on this because you're not trying to make a shiny foot, okay? So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to wet my brush again and just take the excess moisture out. I'm going to come in and I'm going to get about that much on the end of my brush. And then I'm going to put a lid on it. And I'm going to get this foot And I'm going to ask you to, this has been threaded so that when you slide this into the body, the glue will go on inside the hole as well as into these grooves and give you a nice good grab on there. So I am going to paint maybe 1/4 of an inch up past this, what I call the knuckle or the elbow. And then I'm going to come in and paint everything on the foot. And let me come back. I'm going to grab a little bit more. Sort of was premature on how much I had on there. I'm getting a little bit more. I just want it to look not over. I'm going to also paint down about 1/4 of an inch on the underneath side, as well as the toes and everything else, and the legs, the rod that goes down into what would be the base is also going to get painted about 1/4 of an inch down. So I'm trying to cover everything. And what it does, it'll take away that silvery look that you get from the casting, and it gives you more or less like a milky white look on there, as you can see. It takes the, and it can also tell you what you didn't get too. So you're going to do that. You're going to come over here. I'm going to just plug it in there, let it sit and dry, and it'll take probably about 20 minutes. And I'm going to do that to both toes. And then what I'll do is I'll take you on the next stage where we'll actually paint these, and I'll show you how to do that too. And if you want to get ahead of the game, I'm going to ask you, and I'll do it in front of you too, but I'll also show you how to proceed on here. I'm going to ask you to get titanium white in a container with a little bit of water, and then come in. This is after this sealer dries, which will take about 20 minutes, and get that all dry, and then come in with the white and paint that throughout, top, bottom, and the whole bit. And I just seen the spot I missed here too. And that may occur, but we can always capture that later. And so if you can paint it like maybe an 1/8 of an inch up off the knuckle here, and in this rod below, go down about 1/4 of an inch. I want you to paint everything white. And then, again, let it sit and dry. And we'll pick you up on the next video, and I'll show you how to proceed on as far as doing the legs and the feet. And also, I'm going to try to have a mount available so that you could see how I mount it, how I'll set things up for the bird, and so on. So see you on the next video. I hope you got something out of it, just like the last one. If you did, I would ask you to give me a thumbs up. And if you would proceed on and subscribe to my channel, that would greatly help me out too, and I appreciate that very much. And if you have anything you're looking for, if you're looking for the bird, the patterns, the feet, the eyes, anything that may be associated with the bird, even the paints, give me a holler. You can contact me through my email address in the comments section of the video, and I would gladly try to help you out at any time. Even if you're not sure of certain areas that I covered or didn't cover well, that you didn't understand, definitely get back to me. I would appreciate you doing that, and I'll gladly try to get back to you and give you whatever information you may need. So see you on the next video, and I thank you again. Bye now.